Royal FM 95.1. We set the pace. This is Royal FM News.
The time is 2 minutes past 12. Good afternoon. Thanks for staying with us on Royal FM 95.1 in London. This is the midday update. I am Babajide Oluwaseun. First, a look at the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari in Imo State on one-day visit to inaugurate projects. Federal government approves 5G network policy, speaks on security shutdown of telecom services in Zamfara. PDP governors insist on October convention date. Osima inaugurates new leadership to partner quarter government on business policies. Other foreign in ECOWAS suspends Guinea after coup. Delegate visit Conakry today. In sport, NFF admits error, says FIFA right on Ahmed Musa's international match record. You're listening to Royal FM 95.1. In Lauren, you can listen to us by logging onto the Royal FM website. It is on www.royalfm.net. Or you can watch us live on our social media pages. The media update continues after this. Show time out. Please stay with us.
I'm tired of this country.
This country will never change.
Nothing doing in Nigeria.
Stop shooting Nigeria down. Ask yourself, what have I done for Nigeria? And how can I be an agent of change? Talk positive about Nigeria and be a part of the change process. There to believe, spread the word.
Nigeria will survive. Africa will survive. My people will survive. Nigeria will survive.
This message is reaching you from Royal FM 95.1 Ilorin.
You're welcome back from that short time out, and now into the stories in detail. We'll start from the local scene. President Muhammadu Buhari is now in Owerri, the Imo State capital. The president is in Imo State on a one-day working visit. President Muhammadu Buhari landed at the Sam Mbakwe Airport in Owerri, the state capital, where he was received by dignitaries. The governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, in a post on Facebook stated that the president is in the state to commission some projects. Meanwhile, the federal government says it approved the request to shut down telecommunications activities in Zamfara State, following requests by security agencies. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Bentami, made this disclosure while addressing newsmen after the Federal Executive Council FAC meeting presided over the President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Bentami said, contrary to insinuations in some quarters, the directive did not originate from his ministry, which supervises the sector. He said that this decision was taken at the request of security agencies, but argued that it would curtail the operation of bandits in the area. While noting that information from the security circle showed that the action was yielding result, he appealed to Nigerians to show understanding and support the effort of the security agencies.
Complaint from citizens about the relationship between 5G and COVID-19. It has not been proven to be any harmful to our health. Most importantly, even its frequency and radiation is even lower than that of 4G and even lower than the televisions and microwave we have at home. Even deployment phases, we can only start with major cities in Nigeria where there is need of a very high quality broadband. And we do hope that a plan will come up immediately that will show that from now to 2025, we will be able to ensure that significant towns and cities in the country will also benefit from 5G.
Or the minister disclosed further that the FAC also deliberated on and approved the national policy on fifth-generation networks for Nigeria's digital economy, also known as the National Policy on 5G. Pantami said with the approval of the Nigerian Communications Commission, the NCC has been directed to come up with a regulatory instrument to ensure its safety. Meanwhile, governors of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, have insisted that the October 30 National Convention was held to elect new officers of the party. The 92nd meeting of the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the party, which held 2 weeks ago, had ordered the leadership of the party to begin preparations for the October National Convention. A force loyal to the suspended national chairman of the PDP, Uche Secondus, had raised issues against the convention because of the belief that the convention would shorten Secondus' tenure, which lapses on the 9th of December 2021. But at a margin meeting in Abuja last night, the PDP governors invited and received briefings from other caucuses and organs of the party concerning the appointment of the Convention Planning Committee as well as the Zoning Committee. Senator David Mack led Peace Committee informed the governors that all parties to the PDP crisis have agreed to withdraw cases from court. The chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, who addressed journalists late night when the meeting ended after 7 hours at the NEC meeting, which holds today, would officially announce resolutions taken. The governor said they received briefings on the Anambra governorship campaign and would put measures in place to ensure victory for the party. The Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Mines and Agriculture, Kwasima, has inaugurated a new executive to pilot the affairs of the body for the next couple of years. Speaking at the Chamber's investiture ceremony in Ilorin, Kwara State capital, the President and Chairman Council of Kwasima, Alhaji Olalekan Fatai Ayodimeji, asked the Kwara State government to reciprocate the Chamber's readiness for partnership on major policy issues affecting businesses in the state. While thanking Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak for making a landed space at Ogunduruku available for an industrial park, the body sought for urgency in developing the area. It also asked for a permanent trade fair site as they prepare to commence the 8th edition of the National Trade Fair on the 18th of October.
To say that Kwasima has always seen collaboration with state government. This, however, is still not being fully reciprocated, and the chamber is not always carried out on major policy issues affecting businesses in the state. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kwara State, I would like to say chief, but I know you prefer Mr. Kawajalabi. Please, sir, I want to respectfully to you, sir, say that we are ready to work with the government. We need ourselves. Government needs us as much as we also need government. And we want to do this, sir, to respectfully call on His Excellency, to see us as a partner in progress in the development of our dear Kwara State.
Well, dignitaries who graced the occasion include the Deputy Governor, Mr. Kayode Alabi, top government officials, traditional rulers, and business tycoons. Highlight of the event includes the handing over of the baton by the immediate past chairman, Dr. Ahmed Raja Adeoye, unveiling of the new Kwasima logo, launching of a quarterly magazine, and induction of new members. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, the FIRS, appealed the judgment of the Federal High Court in Rivers, which held that the agency doesn't have the right to collect value-added tax, VAT, in the state. A FIRS Group Lead Special Tax Operations, Matthew, at the news conference in Abuja, said the agency has the exclusive right to collect VAT in the country. According to Mr. Matthew, explained that the law mandating the FIRS to collect VAT seeks to protect businesses from multiple VAT, other that VAT collection cannot work at the sub-national level.
It cannot work at sub-national level. And there is no country in the world where VAT works at sub-national level. And the reason is because VAT depends on the input-output mechanism. Because there is a single tax authority handling VAT, it is the same authority that received the VAT in Osun State that will receive the additional VAT payable in Sokoto State. And so it is easy to work out the input-output mechanism, and there is no issue of the business person being charged. There's no issue of consumer having to pay VAT more than once.
Well, this is coming days after Federal High Court in Port Harcourt delivered a judgment restraining the FIRS from collecting VAT, and personal income tax in Rivers State. Lastly, the local senior police officer has been killed, with 23 others abducted when bandits attacked Ungwan Maji and Ungwan Laka villages in the Chico local government area of Kaduna State. The bandits stormed the villages in the early hours of the day and opened fire on the residents who were still sleeping at that time. The slain officer was said to be on a visit to his family from the Rivers State Command, where he was serving. The bandits thereafter kidnapped his wife and daughter. A spokesman of the Kaduna State Police Command, Mohammed Jaligi, also confirmed the incident. He said security operatives are on the trail of the bandits with a view to arresting them and rescuing the kidnapped victims. You're listening to the midday update on Brawler FM 95.1 in Lauren. And other stories on the foreign scene. The Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS, has now decided to suspend Guinea following a recent coup in the country. Burkina Faso Foreign Minister Alpha Barry disclosed this after a virtual crisis summit. Barry also told reporters in Burkina Faso's capital, Ouagadougou, that the West African bloc is also sending a mediation mission to Guinea today. The move comes after Guinean special forces led by Lieutenant Colonel Mamad Mbaya seized the power on Sunday and arrested President Alpha Conde, sparking international condemnation. Conde had come under increasing fire for perceived authoritarianism. The 83-year-old became the first democratically elected president in 2010 and was elected in 2015. But last year, he pushed through a new constitution that allowed him to run for a third term in October 2020. The move sparked mass demonstrations in which dozens of protesters were killed. Conde won the election, but the opposition maintained that the poll was a sham. Lastly, on the foreign scene, protesters have again taken to the streets in several parts of Afghanistan, defying Taliban pressure to stay at home. Dozens of demonstrators gathered near the Pakistan embassy in Kabul, and Taliban gunmen opened fire to disperse them. More demonstrations were reported in Parwan and Nimroz provinces. Photos have also emerged showing injuries inflicted on two journalists who covered protests. They reported to have been badly beaten after being arrested by the Taliban in Kabul. In the world of sport, Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) has now admitted error in its early accounting of Super Eagles' captain Ahmed Musa's match record. The federation said FIFA was right in its counting, in a statement titled "NFF defers to FIFA on Ahmed Musa's record." While NFF earlier said Musa had made 100 appearances for the Eagles, FIFA said he had 98 caps for the national team after featuring in Nigeria vs Cape Verde 2022 World Cup qualifier. NFF in a statement said it deferred to FIFA's record of 98 caps for Super Eagles' captain Ahmed Musa after the nullification of 2 of the matches he played. FIFA said Musa's appearances in the 3-0 defeat of Togo in a friendly match in Paris in June 2017 and the FIFA World Cup Russia 2018 qualifier against Algeria in Constantine in November 2017 did not count. And that's the sport in brief. Before we wrap up today's, once again, the media update, let's have a look at the headlines. President Buhari in Imo State on one-day visit to inaugurate projects. Federal government approves 5G network policy, speaks on security shutdown of telecom services in Zamfara. PDP governors insist on October convention date. Osima inaugurates new leadership to partner Kwara government on business policies. On the foreign scene, ECOWAS suspends Guinea after coup. Delegate visit Conakry today. In sport, NFF admits error, says FIFA right on Ahmed Musa's international match record. The media update was put together by Taiwo at Didinro. You can visit www.realtimes.net for an update on the news. And that will also join us at 4 p.m. for the news beat, 6 p.m. for the news around the globe. Now, would you like to contact us for comment, observation, and information regarding unfolding event? Kindly reach out to RAL FM News Month number. It is 0805 0999 968. I am Babajide Oluwaseun. Good afternoon. Keep listening to RAL FM 95.1 Ilorin.